Idaho Canyon Detention Center. I'm about to call them. It's Saturday morning. It would be 8:10 in the morning there. From what their website says, they're not even open to receive phone calls. But hopefully we'll find someone. Apparently, 8 people has been kidnapped since Tuesday. The charge, disturbing the peace. As we know, one of the people does not break the law, and clearly this has become retributional. 208-454-7541. 219 North 12th Avenue, Caldwell, Idaho, Caldwell, zip code 83605, located in Canyon County Courthouse. Opens 8 a.m. Monday. Again, it is presently Saturday, April 10th, 2021.
Press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish. Hello, you have reached the Canyon County Detention Center, located at 219 North 12th Avenue, Caldwell, Idaho, 83605. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you have a question for the warrant office, please call 208-454-7273. If you have a question about a towed vehicle, please call the agency who has the vehicle towed. If you have a question about court or the court schedule, please call 208-454-7571 during normal business hours. For Sheriff's Office inquiries, please call 208-454-7531. For all other calls, please stay on the line and select from the following options. For visitation hours, press 1. For Sheriff's Inmate Labor Detail or alternative sentencing, press 2. For work release, press 3. For victim information and notification, press 4. For medical, press 5. For all other inquiries, press 6. To repeat this message, press 9.
Yes, hello, good morning. Is this a non-emergency number? Yes, thank you. Forgive me, could you please spell your name for me? Thank you. Is that Officer Wood? Thank you, Officer Wood. I'm calling on the disposition of one of the people under your custody, number 510402. Is that individual still in your custody? And what is the physical condition of that individual, if I may ask? You can, you cannot. Can you give me that over the phone? I couldn't hear you. Is that a cash bond? Is $1,000? Does that get his release from a bond company? All right, and I appreciate you being respectful and speaking to me. That's a great relief in of itself. Has this individual been eating, if I may ask?
What's that?
Do you mind if I ask Officer Wood? Is it Officer Wood? If this individual has been eating?
I can't disclose. That's anything I can go over the phone. Is this the charge of bond amount?
Because sometimes individuals each have their different philosophies or religions, and some don't ask for anything. So if it's a necessity for one to ask to be fed, you might have someone. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We're trying to work with you. It's because when someone's in your custody, of course, you want them to be in as good or better shape when they leave as to when they came to you, as we would want for anyone. Yeah. Is there anything else you can tell me?
There's not my operational protocol. I can get you over the phone, but is that a charge of bond amount?
I see. And how about any court date? Has any court date been set for this individual?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Has any court date been set for this individual, Officer Wood? I would think that would be a public record that you could relate to the people or the press. Attempting to do, could you please expound on that as best you can? That they're attempting to remit a court date every day?
Yeah, so it looks like the next court date would be the 12th, so the 12th would be the next business day.
But you know if there's anything scheduled on that docket for this particular individual, or has any attempt been made, or were there any refusals for such a date?
I don't have any record of that. The only thing I have on it is just the next court date.
And as far as I know, if you can corroborate, this individual has been in your care since Tuesday?
Let's see. Tuesday, that's correct.
Is that normal to have such a high bail sent for someone who has no violence in their history?
That I can't speak to. It appears that it was a warrant that he was brought in that was signed by the judge, so the judge sees the bond amount.
I see. So that was a bench warrant?
Yeah, I don't have access to what type of warrant it was.
If the individual is not aware that there was a warrant set, that would be an interesting position for an individual to have to take. Well, I'm simply trying to gain information. I only personally found out about this recently, or you would have had me calling on Tuesday to try to alleviate what you've had to have under your care during this time. Not to be redundant, but for a nonviolent individual who's a strict constitutionalist and actually protects everyone's rights, regardless of one's hue, for the purpose of preserving it for all of our children, yours and mine and everyone's. So it's just a sad state of affairs when someone expresses grievances against the government, and from some people's perspective, they might feel that it is being somewhat retributional. And of course, we would never want anyone to think about that of our police. We want police to shine. That's important for all of us to do that. I had not given my name. I retained that under my Fourth Amendment, as I'm sure you can appreciate, and that our founding fathers and veterans spent their blood to preserve those rights for us. If we don't exercise those rights, like a muscle, they go away. That's what's happening here. Too many of us hide away. Our civics is no longer spoken, taught in our school systems. It leaves it up to individuals such as the one who you have under your custody to remind us of these rights that we do have and not to be afraid of using them for fear of retribution. That's all that's really happening from a nonviolent, highly educated and purposeful individual who knows the law and the First Amendment, the Fourth, the Bill of Rights, and the 14th inside out, and all your own local laws. That's why it's such a sad event. From a human being to another, I don't expect you to make an answer, but we all want our children to grow up in liberties as we enjoyed as children without having too much of a leash on. We're having fear to actually speak up to someone wearing blue. As my mother taught me, police are your friends. You can go up to them and talk to them. My father was pro bono counsel for the New York City Police Sergeant Benevolent Association. I'm not anti-cop. We just want to have good police who can work with the citizens and not to look at us as civilians. That's a paramilitary terminology. The psychology is dangerous. It's incrementally dangerous. And we just want to bring all these things out so we can work together as a team, because we need police forces. We're not here to defund you. We're here to support good police and to help you shine. Do you have any statements or points that you'd like to present to me right now, Officer Wood? And I do appreciate your professionalism.
You're welcome. I don't. Is there anything that I can further assist you with? Any further questions regarding like a charge or a bond amount or anything like that?
No, other than to read the Constitution, to support it, protect that oath you took, and to understand the nature of complicity. We understand how difficult it is for a police officer to not speak up against another police officer, the same as a doctor won't act as a witness against another physician. We understand that, but there has to be some common ground of reasonableness when you have something who you have under your custody who is a peaceful individual as one of the people. And I can't press that upon you any more, that you have a peaceable human being lying down on that cot in the photograph that you have. I wish you all well. I want you all to get home safely to your families, and I'd like to see this gentleman in every manner which he is, except when he is pressed upon by government in a manner that he thinks directives might have been illegal and unlawful. That's the gray area that you have presented, and why you have a particular person under your care on the charge of disturbing the peace. Speech alone cannot be any disturbance, nor can a camera. The courts have ruled on this at the highest court levels. We don't want your town opened up to unnecessary suits. That's not the point. The point is education. That's all we're trying to achieve, to have an educated public. Of course, the police would prefer an educated public, and not to keep us in ignorance, and to help work together. Anything I say will be redundant, and I don't want to belabor the point. And I'll let you get back to your work. Please protect this individual, and just, if you can, just bring him food, and don't ask him for it. I'll do that for him on his behalf. Just leave it there. If it's not finished in a specific amount of time, just leave it there, please. I wish you well. Do you have any other statements or thoughts for me?
I do not. I appreciate your time. Thank you, man.
I appreciate you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. I don't know how much you heard of that. I don't know whether it has done one of the people any good. It's all incremental. If I've exceeded too far for what one of the people would have wanted me to say or do. It's only out of my love and respect for him. I don't want to mar her. Wishing you all well. Protect the Constitution. Ending stream.